If you've been in the SMMA space for a little while, this might sound like you or might even sound like someone that you know. You've tried to find the best business model, and so you kept watching a ton of Iman Gadzhi videos, and now he's told you that SMMA is the best, and he's given his reasons which make complete sense. You start researching everything. You don't even have your first client yet you're researching how to make automations and go high level. You're way too far into the rabbit hole, and you don't even know it. You're overcomplicating it, you're overwhelming yourself, and you end up quitting before your first client because you don't even know what you're doing, you're overwhelmed, and you don't think that you can do it. So you quit and you follow the other 99% of people that start an SMMA and that quit. And you're not chasing financial freedom. You're still a sheep. You're still in the matrix, trying to escape, yet you keep switching business models and you can't stay consistent. So are you? Or are you just like the other people, working 9 to 5s, constantly stuck in their cycle, their endless cycle? This story might sound like you, because this story was definitely me about several months ago. In summer of 2023, I tried starting many different businesses. Starting TikTok pages, starting Instagram pages, trying to grow with Reels, trying to sell courses made by ChatGPT for $20 on Shopify. All these things, even YouTube automation, and then eventually SMMA, all these things I would end up quitting. And it was because of one or two reasons. One, I never saw short-term success. I would only want to work on something that I could get success in within a week or 2 weeks. Number two, it was way too overcomplicated. And every single one of these businesses would fall into that category one of never seeing short-term success, besides SMMA. SMMA was the only thing that I knew I wasn't going to get short-term success in, and instead it was going to take a while. However, it was more complicated. There were so many contingencies and there were so many things you needed to know, and it was overwhelming. Everyone was telling me to find your niche, pick this niche is the best, pick this offer's outdated, you need to offer this, do this outreach method, use this cold calling script, this one no longer works. Like it's a video game. When in reality, that's just not how it works. I was so overwhelmed. There were so many pieces of information I feel like I couldn't gather my own thoughts and finally follow a path. When in reality, all I had to do was take a step back and look at the bigger picture of what SMMA actually is, more than just that acronym, SMMA. To understand what you're going to do in SMMA, what you're going to sell, you need to understand the core fundamentals of what it is as a business. And that is, one, you're a B2B service-based business. This should not even be called SMMA. It should just be called B2B service-based businesses. B2B means you're a business selling to other businesses. Service-based, meaning you're not selling them a product, you're selling them a service. So you're selling a service from one business to another. Two, the service you sell fixes a gap in that client's business that takes them from point A to point B. That gap could be more money, it could be more streamlined customer service, anything that takes more time away from their business while providing them with more revenue. Generally, that's what most businesses want. Number three, the solution that you offer them to fix their problem with your service is usually equated with money. This is why so many people run Facebook ads, because most businesses don't have Facebook ads, meaning if you run those ads for them, you can get them new ways of making more money. So it's a simple concept. Now, if this sounds much more simple than what most gurus are telling you, then good, because I'm going to go into a more in-depth roadmap of what you actually need to do starting today to simplify your agency journey, find out what you need to do, where you need to go, where that's going to get you, and what you have to do every single day to take action. But first, if you're someone that struggles with the overcomplication and information overload with SMMA, then that's good, because I was in that point too, and I'm sure so many other people are. So what I want you to do, pause the video right now, go to the top link in the description, click that. It's my free school community. I'm providing clarity to these up-and-coming SMMA owners that are probably 2 months behind where I am currently, and I'm trying to get everyone, including myself, to $2,000 a month. using simple roadmaps, simple ideologies, and just simplifying everything. It really is that simple. Those 3 things that I mentioned, that's all that an SMMA makes up. You know, it's that name that I hate, SMMA. It's got such a bad rep to it because there's so many people starting it right now. But all these gurus that are just going to rope you into their own program where they have overcomplicated it just to sell you a solution to the overcomplication. So they've essentially created a problem for you, and then they're selling the solution for you to solve the problem that they created. Don't you think that's a bit messed up? This is why we have so many people out there now that have started an SMMA, gotten nowhere, quit, and then told you it doesn't work. Or have businesses tell you it doesn't work, SMMA doesn't work. It does. It's like a framework for a business. There's so many different ways you can do it. But you've got all these gurus online. It's like 100 people telling you different ways to cut a carrot. Just cut the damn carrot. It's complete lies. It's all bullshit. Everyone can find success in SMMA, except it's going to be a different route for everyone. My route is so different from what other people online are telling you to do. But my route worked the best for my skill set. So I'm not going to listen to these gurus that are telling me to completely switch what I'm doing, because what I'm doing is working. Maybe it's not the fastest, maybe it's not the most efficient or the most profitable way, but currently this is my best gateway into making $10,000 a month. And it's all because I simplified it. So you're probably a bit pissed off already that your SMMA journey has just been overcomplicated by gurus and it's just completely overwhelmed you. So here is exactly what you should do to make your SMMA more simplified. So you can actually sign your first client, retain them, use their referrals to get you more clients, and then explode your revenue from there. Number 1, find a niche. Don't listen to what anyone is going to tell you about finding a niche. Your niche has to come from your own brain. You have to get a bit creative here. Think about any industry that actually interests you, that you actually want to make an impact on. Think about it. If you could be the top performing agency in your niche and make an impact, and everyone in the industry knows you as the company that fixes that problem that has changed the industry, then that is huge. That is massive. You can get to that point. You need to figure out what industry interests you the most, where you would feel satisfied and purposeful and fulfilled from achieving that level of accomplishment. You can't take advice from random people on this one. It's like asking a random guy what tattoo you should get. It's got to come from within. You have to know this yourself. You have to figure it out. You have to journal about it. Number 2, locate a problem. Call business owners in that niche, be transparent with them, tell them that you're starting a business and that you want to find out a problem in their business that maybe you can solve. Figure out that problem and then find a way to solve it. A lot of these business owners save their phone numbers once they give you the issue, and in a couple weeks or a month, when you have the solution to their problem, you've got it packaged up in an offer with pricing. Call them back as warm leads. You already know their names, you know what business they work for, you know what problems they have. That is so much further ahead than most people when they start cold calling. Number 3, how can you solve that problem? Is it through better advertisements? Is it through a more optimized website with keywords and SEO? Is it through more streamlined customer service? I don't know, because I don't know your niche. But there's something that can be optimized, most likely through a digital service that you can provide. You want to make sure your digital service needs to be used month on month, otherwise the client doesn't get the results every single month. And most of the time should equate in an ROI. Make sure there's a return on their investment, preferably in the 10x range. If they pay you $2,000, you should be able to get them $20,000 in revenue, no problem, and they won't bat an eye. They will happily pay you $2,000 for you to make them 10 times that. Number 4, create an offer. Keep it basic. Don't go crazy here with crazy guarantees and crazy time promises. Just what can you do for them in a certain amount of time? What dream goal can you get them in a certain amount of time with very little risk through risk mitigation? Once you build up testimonials, then you can start offering crazy offers. You have to build up there though. Don't start out of the bat with that. Number 5, outreach. outreach to those businesses that you have warm leads. Start off with your warm leads and tell them you've got the solution to their problem and try to get them on a 30-minute Zoom sales call. Don't worry about the sales call yet. Worry about the outreach. Worry about getting them on the call. Once you get them on the call, then worry about the sales script. I'm not even going to mention sales scripts because there's no point. If you don't have a niche, you don't have an offer, and you've never tried outreach, why the hell would I even mention sales scripts? That's all you gotta know. And if I spent more time on that, I could probably reduce the steps to even less. But point being, don't overcomplicate it. Make it simple, get creative, use your brain. Don't let these people tell you that you're stupid and that you can't think for yourself and you have to follow their advice. Just think. Get creative. And I guarantee you that you will find out the best roadmap to take.